Mission, Texas. Kyle Field, home of the 12th man, where they're ready to fight for the dear old Texas Aggies. We've got a terrific matchup for you today, rich in pageantry and tradition, and it ought to be a fantastic clash. As we'll see a squad from Conference USA, the Jacksonville State Gamecocks, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack. Texas A&M set to kick off to christen this game. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Jacksonville State's offense will get the ball first. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, David.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football, but we can't turn it over. Jesse, those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won. And last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule. But when you're going backwards and you're giving the offense on the other side more possessions because you turn it over, that's a recipe for disaster, and that's something they have to be able to avoid in this game.
Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. They boot it away. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. So Texas A&M's offense will go to work for the first time. The age of the game-breaking tight end is here, Jesse, and we have another guy who is threatening to redefine this position.
Yeah, we've seen over the years now the evolution of the tight end position, right? It's not just blocking and catching passes. They're getting involved now in the running game. We're seeing tight ends even throw the football, David. This guy can do it all.
And why is that so difficult? Because as a defender, what do I want to play you as? Do I want to play you with an extra linebacker on the field, or do I bring in a DB? And either way, I can be wrong. The big, strong bodies that can also be receivers and also block, they make the game easy.
This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. How about this job by the defense? A well-disguised blitz by the free safety results in a sack.
And you don't blitz the free safety much because he's a guy that stays back usually. But what do? You said well-disguised. That's what you got to do. You got to make it look like you're dropping for a pass, bring the blitz. Offensive line was full. He comes flying through there, untouched, gets the sack.
And the Aggies have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Fighting off the defender.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones. D linemen staying in their gaps. Linebackers.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. He caught it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies. This is why they show up for Midnight Yell, and they are playing like they practiced.
And this place rocks as loud as anywhere in the country, and you want to get them going early. First drive of the game, scoring a touchdown, getting them jacked up.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish with a big play, a touchdown strike from the 46. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. Guys, we'll see what Jacksonville State can get going on home. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains, they mark it at the 29.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Finds the tight end.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
Dropping back, it's Moran. Got it set up on the outside. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. The Gamecocks headed quickly to the line. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's going to take off. They're going to mark him just inches short of getting that first down, but he is so dangerous when he takes off on the scramble. Let's see what they do on fourth down. Hauls it in and looking upfield. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. The Texas A&M offense goes back to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. First play of the drive, wants to throw. And to get rid of it quickly. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. So now it's second and long. On the run, it's O'Connell. Got enough for the first down and wants more. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain. To the air on first down. Pucks it out of the air. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. Texas A&M back to work with another first down. Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to throw on first down. Finds his big tight end.
I'll tell you, when you've got a tight end like this, it makes it a lot easier calling pass plays on first down, even if the defense is in zone coverage. He did a really good job there, working his leverage, finding the soft spot, and making it an easy completion.
And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Looking to throw on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. The option look. Now the toss. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. He'll take it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Already well within field goal range. Wonder how aggressive they'll be on third and long from the 22. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call. So the pass interference in the end zone will give them a free 15. Remember the difference in this rule and the pros. Ball is not placed at the 1-yard line in this situation. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Texas A&M. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. They march 58 yards for the touchdown on that one. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Jacksonville State has it back, and the Gamecocks will go to work. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And a sack all the way back at the 5.
Well, the offense got themselves into trouble. They're back in their own end. It's an obvious passing situation, so the defense is just pinning their ears back, and they're trying to get after him. They could not allow him to escape, step up, get rid of the football. They take a sack very close to the goal line.
And the Gamecocks will call on their punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can be. Not much room, and it's blocked.
And you got to give the special teams coach a lot of credit. He's been game planning this all week long. He saw something on film that made him believe they might be able to get some push and get some penetration right up the middle of the field, and it worked. Huge play on the block punt.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Takes the handoff. It's O'Connell. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. That internal clock just didn't move fast enough, and they get him for a safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
After giving up the safety, they'll have to kick it away. Find some fresh air. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. To the air. It's Moran. Fires to the middle. Oh, what a play. It's intercepted. Looking for more room. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. To the ground with the back. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Rides the back on the option, the give. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. Texas A&M has the lead at the end of the quarter. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. The inside handoff. Powers through the defender. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. Right down the boulevard. And now the lead is extended a little further.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over. And while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting the field goal.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. They'll give it to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Back to pass on 2nd down. Makes the catch. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. The Gamecocks moving quickly to the line. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him short. He does not pick up the first down. Kick is in the air. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he's stopped. The Texas A&M offense is back on the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but Chip breaks into the open. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the first down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Looks as if Texas A&M will have enough for the first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Wants to go up top on first down. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Gonna run it. It's O'Connell. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll off one deep down the left side. Looking to get it in. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
Texas A&M will line up with a first and goal. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. Loss on first down. Increase the degree of difficulty. Second and goal from the 8. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. They're going to throw it on third and goal. Using the quick game. They got him the football, but he could not convert. It'll be fourth down. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. They get through and it's blocked. Not gonna get there as this defense makes a stand.
You know, it's blocked field goals in moments like that that are momentum changers. That could be the difference in this game. What a great individual effort knocking that thing down.
Guys, we'll see what Jacksonville State can get going on O. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Pulls it in down the sideline. They make the stop, but a big pickup thanks to the big arm from this senior quarterback. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Fires to the big fella. And they pick up just a few on that completion. And the Gamecocks want to move quickly.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Looking to throw, it's Moran. Throws for the tight end. That third down pass was coming in hot before it fell to the ground. The Gamecocks will bring the punt team onto the field. Now don't forget, and I'm sure he hasn't, he had one blocked earlier. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Throws to the tight end. Makes a connection. He'll get it out to the 25. Not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a 1st down. On the run, it's O'Connell. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Quick pass on the fly motion. Only a couple there, and now staring at 3rd and 8. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game. But finally now, you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. To the air, it's Moran. Quickly out to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Whistle blows, we are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. Fires to the right. It's caught. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40. Looking to throw on first down. They get to him as he throws. They needed a big play, and they got it. And the foot down for the first down. And the Gamecocks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Got his man. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Offense now working in the red zone. Pulls and throws off the RPO. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. He's got it on the run. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it first and goal. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. Here's the snap, looking to throw. And this one falls incomplete, but I think the defense was in the neutral zone. It was a free play.
Offense will take that. Free 5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
Wants to go up top. Trying to set up the screen. Touchdown, Gamecocks. A great catch and run for 6.
That is exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Looking downfield on first down. Going to try to get it himself. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. To the air on first down. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Just about set to get this second half underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. First play from scrimmage here in the second half, and they'll keep it on the ground. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. The Aggies come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain. The offense lining up for a first down play. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
It is hard to continue to get up and get up and get up like he has, being sacked time after time again. But this QB, this offense, they're undeterred. They're continuing to put drives together, and most importantly, they're winning the football game.
And the Aggies now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Reads it, fires complete. And he's wrestled to the ground. Come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. Fires to the tight end. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Leaves it with the back. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Unloads to the wideout. It's complete. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26. Handoff from the gun.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. He'll try it again. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. The hand to the running back. Got some room in to the goal line. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave them a little bit of everything on that one. He'll pull it on the read. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Aggie. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6.
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
Lining up to add another. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the MAC. UConn looks like a bunch of world beaters right now. I'm not sure I've seen this offense look this crisp since the days of Dan Orlovsky. They're up by 18 over the Red Hawks of Miami. Any big developments here in the MAC, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again, back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down. The Gamecocks are in the hurry-up.
When you coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Here comes the hurry-up. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Looking for a man. It's Moran. Makes the grab over the middle. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. And the Gamecocks send out the punt unit. And don't forget, he did have one blocked earlier. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Trying play action. It's complete on the right side. Turning it on. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. They'll go to the ground. Shakes off the defender. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Looking to the big tight end. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. It's O'Connell. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Jacksonville State has it back, and the Gamecocks will go to work. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Moran. Here's a heat. And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12.
And if this offense wants to get back in the football game, it starts up front. Like, they've got to do a better job of protecting their quarterback. A 3rd down and long situation coming up. They'll have another opportunity. They got to keep their quarterback upright.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack.
And that's the 4th sack this offensive line has given up today. And guess what? You thought they'd be better. Last week, they got their butts chewed out. 6 sacks they gave up. This week, on their way to doing it again, this offensive line has to step up.
The Gamecocks will try to pin them back with the punt. Now, don't forget, and I'm sure he hasn't, he had one blocked earlier. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. He'll field it close to the 50. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Power football with the run. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the 1st down. Off the play fake on 1st down. Bears the pressure. Takes a hit as he fires. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up.